Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super glad that you guys are here. As you can see, my background has changed. I'm just testing some things out, so let me know if it looks good. I don't know. I'm super nervous, but yeah, that's kind of what we got going on today. Also, the hair looks super rough, so excuse that. It's Wednesday, I just got off work, so my hair is just a mess, but that's besides the point. Today, we are going to be doing a full face, basically a first impressions. I've never tried any of these things before, but also I want to do more of a makeup look for beginners, mainly for people who are just starting out and that don't know a whole lot about makeup. That's kind of what I want to do today. So that's what we're going to do. It's all going to be drugstore, so very inexpensive things that you can find at Walmart. I literally went to Walmart, grabbed a ton of stuff. So we're just gonna go through it together and apply it to our face, and hopefully it looks good. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you like it, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. So here we go. I do want to preface that I did buy some full coverage stuff. It's not for everybody, so whatever you feel comfortable with on your coverage of foundation, that's what you should go for. For me, I love to wear a full coverage. I want to cover up my freckles. Which I know it's sad, I know. And I want to cover up any imperfections and the redness that I have, but you don't necessarily have to do that. You can buy literally whatever you want in any coverage, and this is still gonna work the same. So I just want to preface that before I keep going, because I don't want you guys to think, well, she bought a full coverage foundation, so I can't do this look, or she's using whatever. You can use it. So just know that before we get started. Okay, so for primer today, we're going to be trying out the NYX Angel Veil, or NYX, I don't know how you say it, Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. I'm super excited about this because they say that it's a dupe for the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I loved that primer when I was younger. So I'm hoping that this is around the same. Let me go let my dog in. So we're just gonna try this. I'm really excited. I want to say this was literally the most expensive thing that I bought. I don't know if I have the receipt. I do, so I can tell you guys how much stuff is. I mean, maybe that'll help. This was the most expensive thing that I bought. Oh my gosh, this was almost $16. It was $15.97. That's expensive for the drugstore, I feel like. Maybe not, I don't know, but we're just gonna put some on our fingers and rub it in. Sorry. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of feels like the Mineral Veil from Hourglass, and that one, y'all, so expensive. Me and my mom, when I was younger and I still lived at home, we would literally buy it and split it because it's so expensive. We would never pay that much for it. I mean, it really took away the shine and really made it more even, so that's nice. Okay, so for foundation, we're gonna be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I got the shade Golden Beige, which is honestly probably gonna be too dark, but they didn't have a whole lot of shades when I went. So that's okay. We're gonna make it work as best as we can. And so this foundation was $4.98. Can we talk about that for a second? $4 for a full coverage foundation. And I've heard a lot of good things, so we're just gonna put this on our skin. Honestly, y'all, this is gonna be so dark. I just know. I mean, maybe not, but I kind of want to start with I think it's gonna be too dark, so oops. It's okay, it's okay. Also, all of the brushes I'm going to use today are from Morphe. I don't think I'm using any other brushes that are not from Morphe. And they're also really inexpensive brushes. They're probably some of the best brushes that I've ever seen and ever found for just very cheap. So, and they're really, really good quality. So I recommend buying some. But I didn't pick up any brushes at this drugstore because I knew I had these, and these were pretty inexpensive and the quality is just unmatched. So we're gonna do this. Okay, so that gives pretty good coverage. It's not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, but I mean, I think you honestly don't need a lot. I mean, that looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. I'm really hoping that this goes well, guys. Because I haven't done the look, I haven't thought it out, and honestly, I'm really nervous. But when applying foundation, if you don't want as much coverage with it, I really suggest using like a sponge. For me, I like to use brushes because I pat it in because it doesn't soak up as much product. But if you want less coverage, use like a sponge. I use the Real Technique sponge and they're so good, and they're at the drugstore, so go get those and use a sponge and you get more of a natural finish, and it kind of soaks up a little bit excess product than what you probably need on your skin, so I suggest that. Okay, so I definitely would say that this foundation is a medium to full coverage. You can still kind of see a little bit of my skin, maybe just a little bit of redness, but honestly, like, I don't care because it looks like a natural tone to my skin or a natural color to my skin, so I don't really care. But it really, honestly, it looks really good, so I'm hoping that this goes well. For concealer, we're gonna use the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. You guys know from previous videos that I love this stuff. I don't ever pick up my Shape Tape anymore because this thing has won my heart. So I use this, I don't know how much it is, maybe like $3 or $4. It's really not that expensive. It might be a little bit more, but honestly, I'm not sure. It's really not expensive, and it's awesome. It's so good. So I'm in the shade Light Peach. So here's my thing. When you're young, I don't think you need to go all out for your makeup. I think you just need a few products that really help what you want to cover up or what you want to accentuate to make look better. For me, I go under my eyes because my eyes, you can kind of see I have a little bit of bags under my eyes. So I recommend doing some concealer under your eyes and maybe just spot conceal wherever you like have blemishes or something. But you don't have to go all out like I am. Like I said, like you can just use simple products that really accentuate what you want to accentuate and move on. Like you really don't need a whole lot. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this under my eyes, and maybe that might be about it, honestly. I think I just need it under my eyes. My skin's looking pretty okay right now, so I don't really need to cover up anything. And also, if you want some brightness to your eyes, I always recommend doing like a shade lighter than your actual skin tone or your foundation for your concealer. It really helps brighten and add some dimension to your face, so I highly recommend doing that. A couple dots or a few dots under my eyes, like seriously, that's it. I might put one here and one here and go down the center of your face because it really evens everything out. So I'm just gonna take my Real Technique sponge and blend it out. Also, I do this look probably multiple times a week. I do what I'm gonna do today. I don't use it with less expensive products, which I'm really excited I get to try these out because maybe I will, but I do a really simple look for every day. You don't need a whole lot, honestly. For work, I just try to get up and get out the door, so this helps. I'm like obsessed with this foundation, honestly. You can't stop looking at it. So once you have that, we can set your face. I recommend setting your face if you are super oily and tend to get oily throughout the day. If you're dry, you don't necessarily need to. You could run your big powder brush over with some translucent powder or something like that. You might not need it, but for me, I am oily and I do get oily as the day goes on. So I do feel like you should powder your face and it'll help all the other products that you're gonna put on your face apply smoother. So there's not gonna be a lot of patchiness, things like that. So I recommend a powder. Today, I'm gonna try out the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. I'm really excited about this. I got the shade Creamy Beige. I don't know if this is gonna be my shade, but this is $5.34. So I'm excited to use this. Also, if you wanna set under your eyes with a lighter powder, I do that every day. You don't have to, but you can. I might do a little bit under my eyes because I wanna test this product out. But this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Face Palette, and this is in the shade Dolce de Leche. And I think this was $3.98. So seriously, like, you don't necessarily need it, but if you want to do a lighter powder under your eyes to continue that brightness, you so can. So we're gonna do this. Honestly, this thing is huge. Sorry if you hear my dog. She's acting nuts. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that banana shade. I'm not gonna take much, honestly, and really apply it under the eye. It's very banana-y. And you can do like, you don't have to do a banana shade. You can do like more of a vanilla shade. You can do literally whatever. You don't have to do this. This is definitely a step that you can skip. But I just like to step because I want to keep that brightness because my skin dulls out throughout the day. So I like to keep it like this. Okay, so we're just going to take that Fit Me powder, which I think it comes with like a little sponge under here too. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the powder. I'm getting just a big fluffy brush. This might be too light for the foundation, but I don't see it giving me any additional coverage. It is setting, so my skin does feel dry. Don't necessarily know if it's giving me like extra coverage, but it is making me matte, so it is doing what it's supposed to. I'm very matte right now, and I haven't seen myself this matte in a very long time. So it's a little different, but yeah, so I don't know how this is gonna wear, but it does keep me, it is very matte, and it did set my face, so it worked fine. Okay, I'm super excited for this. So I'm gonna be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I've never used a butter bronzer, which is quite insane to me because it's such a hype drugstore product. I got the shade Sunkissed Bronze. I don't know if this is gonna be my shade, but like I said, it was slim pickings at the Walmart. So I just got what I could. So let's see. And this was $12.47. So this was the next to most expensive product I got. So, oh my God, I ripped the box. Oh my God. This is impossible. Okay. Ow. Oh, guys, I was like trying to pull this little thing up. I don't know if you can see. I was trying to pull it. You just press it. I'm an idiot. Oh my God, it comes with a brush too. I probably won't use the brush, but this is the bronzer. I'm honestly really nervous. So I'm just comparing it to the Marc Jacob one that I normally wear, and see how much more orangey this is. Oh my God, I might have messed up. So where you apply your bronzer matters. I apply my bronzer on my cheekbones, on my forehead, and a little bit on my nose, and just a little bit under my chin, just to really add more dimension to my skin. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, it's there. I think I did definitely get the wrong shade, but I mean, you can tell the difference. I definitely think it's working. It honestly smells amazing. This smells really good. It helped a lot, and honestly it looks really good. Maybe I did get the right shade, who knows, but This looks really good. So you just kind of do that and keep this out because we're going to use it for later, but that's really good. Here's what I'm going to say. Again, I feel like I have to keep repeating myself, but you don't have to use this much product. Like, you can really just do whatever you want. But for me, blush is a necessity. You can definitely leave it like this, throw on some mascara and get out the door. But for me, this is more my style. So I'm gonna add some blush, I'm gonna add some highlight, stuff like that. You definitely don't have to, but I'm going to. So for blush, I'm gonna be using the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. This is another like staple in everyone's drugstore makeup. This is so good, so warm, so peachy. It's like the most beautiful thing. It really doesn't look like blush. It just kind of looks like you are just like, you've got some color to your skin, and I love it. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit. I go from the back of my cheekbone all the way to the apple, and just put a little bit everywhere else. I think this definitely just gives some color to your skin, makes it look really good. And also, if you can tell, it gives it a little bit of glow. So it's not, it has a little sheen to it. So you can honestly leave it like this. And honestly, I might, because I kind of like it. So now that your face is done, we're gonna move on to eyes. For right now, I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows. Again, if you have good eyebrows, you do not have to do this. I mean, if you just like your brows, you don't have to do this. You can just skip this part. But for me, I like to fill in my brows because I don't like my brows. So I am going to use the NYX or NYX, whatever, brow pencil, the micro brow pencil in the shade Brunette. This was $9.97. So almost $10 for the brow pencil. So it just looks like this. Again, never tried this before. I did lie. Oh my God, I lied. I have tried the Milani Baked Blush. This is one that I had already owned. I love this blush. So this and the e.l.f. concealer so far has been the things that I owned and used. So it's not all first impressions, but most of it is. So just so you guys know. So I'm just gonna brush the brow hairs up just to give it more of a natural look. And honestly, I'm probably just gonna fill in a little bit under the brow and just a little bit of the sparse areas, and that's probably it. So that is so pigmented. You only need light hand. I'm scared now because I don't like my brow products to be super pigmented. I like to kind of build it up. Honestly, don't know if this is the right shade for me, but okay, so that's one brow. So you can kind of tell a little bit of the difference. It's definitely very natural, not a whole lot of stuff to it. But it's definitely looking better than this one. So we're gonna do this one and be right back. Okay, so once that is done, we're gonna move on to the eyes. Now the eyes, I like to keep it very, very simple. We are just gonna take the bronzer that we used at the beginning to bronze our face, and we're gonna take just a big fluffy crease brush, and we're just gonna apply this to our eyes. Like, we're not gonna go super crazy with it, but we are just gonna apply it to our eyes and give us a little bit of color back into our eyes, just to give it some more stuff. And I put it all just kind of in the crease, on the lid, everything, kind of like that. I'll take a little bit of it and go under the eye, anything. So just, it's very simple. You see how much it just kind of added a little bit of something. So definitely think for the eyelids, this is too warm. It doesn't look like a natural bronzer. So just fair warning on that. Also, I am having trouble trying to figure out some more stuff to do for videos. I think that, like, do you guys want me to get more into the drugstore realm? Do you want me to keep doing, like, do you want me to do a colorful look? Something like that. I just kind of want to know what you guys want to see from me. So please leave them down in the comments below because I do want to know. I just want to hear from you guys and see what you guys want. I do think I want to add like the littlest bit of like something light on the lid. So we're going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. As you can see, I do own this and I have used it for a very long time, but this is so good. So I just wanted to take my finger and just put some right on the lid. You can see I just kind of gave it a little something. Not a whole lot, but something. Also, I think that bronzer has some sheen in it, like some glitters, which I couldn't really tell on my face, but now I can tell in the eyes, which I don't really care, but just in the case that you guys care, you now know. To finish off the eyes, we're gonna be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in the shade Mystic Black. I know I've never tried this, I know, but this is $9.97 at Walmart, and I'm excited to do this and use this on my eyes because I heard it's a great dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So I use that on the daily, so I'm excited. So it kind of looks like this, and we're just gonna apply some to our eyes. I'm excited. So, I mean, you can see after one eye, holy crap, this is pretty good. And I don't even think I need like a second coat. That looks really good. And it really finished off the eyes, I mean, honestly. So we're just gonna do the other eye. For the last step, we are gonna do our lips. And I'm gonna use the NYX lip pencil in the shade Natural. Look at this, how much I've used of that. Oh my God, that's crazy. I've used so much of this, but we're just gonna line our lips with it. Also, I love using a lip liner, and I'm gonna say that because my lipstick wears off throughout the day no matter what. Like, I talk so much, so it wears off throughout the day. So I think a lip liner is super crucial in your makeup because as soon as the lipstick wears off, you do have some color underneath it. So I really think that that's a really good idea, and think that you should own a lip pencil. I don't know how much this is. It's not very expensive from what I do remember. So I suggest getting some lip liners. Honestly, it feels so weird without lip liner or without highlighter on. But I don't think beginners need it. Beginners have that like that good skin that's not been like had makeup on it a ton and stuff. I don't think you need it. Especially if you're just starting out, I just say you go with your natural glow. And if you use that blush, it really does add some sheen to it. So okay, so for the lipstick, we're gonna be using the Maybelline New York lipstick. I don't know. Yeah, lipstick in the shade Crazy for Coffee. And this was $5.64. It's definitely a very nude terracotta shade. I really, really like this. Sorry if my lights are kind of making that look weird, but I'm excited to try this, honestly. Oh yeah, that's my kind of shade. Lip color also is personal preference, whatever you guys want to wear. If you want like a more nude color, I suggest not this color. But I love to go for like a shade darker than my natural lip color, just to give it a little something different. So there it is, guys. This is the final look. I hope everyone enjoyed this. Again, please give it a thumbs up if you did. I will have all the products listed down in the description box down below. I'm so sorry, my dog is going nuts, but we're gonna make it work because we're almost done. So yeah, I really have liked literally all the products that I tried today. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see how they wear. And I can leave it down in the description box down below of how I think the makeup wore throughout the night. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram to see more natural looks like this. And just to get more personal with me, that's kind of where I stay the most active. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.